many respects, I've said this to you before, I actually feel a little bit sorry for Prince Harry because he's clearly like one of those people that now wants to try and break out. I am not apologising for his bad behaviour and the way that he treated alongside his wife, the cable TV actress Meghan Markle, our late and beautiful monarch, Queen Elizabeth. I will never forgive that. I think it was deplorable behaviour and everything attached to that. But what you can see is a man on the edge, in fact, a bloke that doesn't really know what he's doing. He's like a child, isn't he, in New York, being set free. And when he was walking through that particular office, you could see that he felt very uneasy now by himself, whereas a few years back he would have strode in there with confidence. He knows that his top popularity has diminished and really he's traded on being a celebrity. But this particular image is very fascinating in itself, simply because it was played out for the world to see. And some might suggest this was a secret message back to his wife that perhaps, well, very quietly, very studiously, he's fighting back. Let me explain. Hi, good morning, nice to see you. Thank you so much as ever for joining me today. You all right? Look at this beautiful greenery. We've had a lot of rain here overnight and I thought, well, I'll just get here because apparently it's going to start raining all over again. Are you like me though? I'd love to know this. I get fed up of taking a brolly round an umbrella, because you need a big sort of brolly. You've got to have all of it, because the small ones blow in and out, don't they? And they don't really work very well. And then, of course, if you've got a big brolly umbrella, I have to say that because people might not know what brollies are, you've then got to hoof it around or it's falling out your bag or your trolley and you think, ooh, and then do you leave them? Or do you leave them everywhere? I just put mine down somewhere or stand it on the tube or the bus and you forget you've got it because it's not with you every day, is it? I know we shouldn't moan because whoever invented the umbrella, they've saved a few bonnets, haven't they? Hairdos, what's up? Yes, well, look at mine today. It's not very good, is it? But there you go. Anyway, moaning over. Let's get back to your royal story of the day. As I said, this I thought was a particularly heartbreaking image because on one hand, there you have Prince Harry up on the stage talking about one of his incentives. I couldn't really be bothered which one, but they whittle on and you suddenly think, well, what are we on about here? And the other side of it is really, people are bored to tears now about Harry and Meghan and their incentives and their speeches because it doesn't seem to amount to anything other than publicity. And what I've noticed, and this is just from a journalistic eye, they're not making the impact that they had because what they've seen as ever is, for instance, in the CBS interview, Meghan and Harry sitting down, twittering on about something, and nobody truly can remember what it was. That's the problem. But this was interesting because as Harry decided to share, and this is a real sort of move away from what he would normally do, he pointed out and said to the audience, didn't he, who do you have on your screenshot on your phone? On mine, I have my children, right? My children, right? And the thing is, what was interesting about that was, as I told you before, there was a perfect opportunity on the big screen behind him, which later showed all those poor people that had sadly taken their lives and all that sort of stuff on the screen via social media. Harry wanted to pin that picture of his children up on the screen, as ever, allegedly. But the best he dare do is literally mention it and point out the fact of that. Now, a source tells me who's working closely with Harry on this project, this wasn't in the script, this wasn't agreed, this was him pushing back. Feeble, tedious and weak, people might say. But apparently over in Montecito, Meghan Markle did not go past this unnoticed and was very, very aware that he could at some point have changed his mind or indeed blamed it on the organisers who just simply popped it up there. That would have been the better idea. But for Harry, is this the first signs of him actually kicking back and basically trying to reassert himself? Or is it simply all now too late? As ever, I'd love to know what you think in the comments below. Either way, Meghan still wears the stilettos, right? Neil Sean in the very heart of London.